Welcome back, and here's Christopher Scott with the Midday Sports Roundup.
West Indies all-rounder Dean Smith is set for a first-class return to the Jamaica Scorpions team for the first time in 8 years after being named in the squad for the first 2 games of the upcoming West Indies Regional 4-Day Championship. Smith, who made his debut for the Scorpions in 2017, played 3 seasons with the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, but has not played first-class cricket since 2020. Meanwhile, the Scorpions have gone with virtually an unchanged squad from the Regional Super 50, as only 2 players who took part in the List A tournament are missing from the squad. With 13 players named as opposed to the 14 for the Super 50 tournament, fast bowler Ajay Shields misses out. The other player who took part in the Super 50 that is not included is off-spinner Pete Salmon, who was called in as a replacement for Dean Smith ahead of the semi-finals against the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. The team will once again be led by top-order batsman John Campbell, with Kurt McKenzie Jr. as his assistant. 3 players are in line for their first-class debuts, those being top-order batter Dean McCarthy, Javel Glenn, who scored his main List A century during the Super 50 Cup, and schoolboy Tamari Redwood. The Scorpions will open their campaign against the Leeward Islands Hurricanes at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua starting February 5. The Jamaican franchise will then take on the Barbados Pride at the Kensington Oval from February 12 to 15 before returning home for their first paintball game since 2019 when they play the Guyana Harpy Eagles at Sabina Park starting on March 5. Damar Francis, who represents Baylor University, earned the first Big 12 Indoor Track and Field Athlete of the Week for the 2025 season. The former Excelsior High student started off the year on a good note, clocking 20.93 in the 200 meters at the McFerrin 12-degree Invitational. That time is the first in the Big 12 division, second in the NCAA, and the 4th fastest time in the world this year. Also with his sub-21 clocking, he also won the Baylor's Performer of the Week. He will next compete in the 400 meters at the Corky Classic in Lubbock, Texas on Friday. Reggae boy Ronaldo Cephas has been sidelined by injury. Cephas, who plies his trade in the Turkish First Division with Ankara Gucu, has suffered a torn meniscus in his knee last week. The 25-year-old former Arnett Gardens player had surgery this week and is expected to be out of action for close to 2 months. Cephas has been in fine form for Ankara Gucu this season, scoring 6 times in the league competition and twice in the Turkish Super Cup. I'm Christopher Scott, and that is your Midday Sports Report.
Thank you, Christopher, and that's the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pullen. Join us at 7 for Primetime News on behalf of the News, Sports and Production teams. Good afternoon.